How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another 1UP FBA wholesale video. My name is Mike. In this video, we're covering the top 5 most important things about scaling a wholesale business on Amazon. So let's dive right into it. The first and most important thing is going to be mass supplier outreach. We need to compile a list of 50, 80, 100 different vendors, suppliers, distributors, small brands that we can reach out to. And we need to do this through either like Google Sheets or Excel. If you're not entirely sure where to start, I have 2 or 3 videos already on my page, in-depth walkthroughs on how to find your first supplier. Use those same exact methods in different locations all over the US to start to build that Excel spreadsheet of companies we could potentially look for to open a wholesale account. So once you have compiled that list, we move on to step 2, which is the mass outreach to these companies. So if we do this systematically, it's gonna work so much better. Focus on just compiling the list and then reaching out to everybody on the list. Do these in separate weeks. So build the list and then fill out the forms, send the emails, make the phone calls. Do these things separately instead of finding one, calling one, finding 2, calling 2. If you were to reach out to 100 different companies, let's say you open anywhere from 10 to 15 of those accounts, now it's time to dig through their catalogs, maybe run a spreadsheet through a spreadsheet scanning tool and take a look at some of the product offerings that supplier has. So one of the most important things to keep in mind here is that anytime you are running a spreadsheet scanning tool or any type of software that kind of shortcuts the answer. So if you're just quickly looking to get an idea of what brands the supplier carries, maybe using a spreadsheet scanning tool is the best bet in the beginning, and you could potentially find some product that works. From my experience, the past 5-6 years of doing wholesale, I find at some point in time to really fully utilize the products that supplier has, we need to go line by line and look for those multi-packs, the bundles, the 2-packs, the listings that we don't typically find by scanning the spreadsheet. These things are super important to really completely utilize the product access we get from that supplier. To really be successful with the wholesale business on Amazon, we need to focus on the 3 C's of wholesale, which is 1, consistency, so consistently placing orders with that supplier to continue to build that relationship. Number 2 is cost. We have to know our total landed cost to Amazon between our product cost, our logistics, our prep, and any type of fees associated with those products. Number 3 is convenience. We want to make it very convenient to work with us as a customer. So basically be easy to work with. These companies are super busy. If it only takes them a couple minutes, but they can make a good amount of money on your purchase order and they can reach you easily, you reply to emails quickly, that is super convenient for them, and that is how you continue to grow these relationships long term. I'm actually gonna add a 4th C, which is cash flow. You have to pay attention to your cash flow. If you're utilizing credit cards or net terms, it's important to really pay attention to when those payments are due, what companies owed on your net terms, and if you can manage all 4 of these things, you will be successful in the wholesale business. The overall idea about running a wholesale business on Amazon, we have to continue to reinvest the profits. That first year, I wouldn't even recommend pulling much money aside. Continue to double down on what works, test new product from different companies or your existing connections, and continue to grow your catalog by hopping on alternative listings for potentially the same product or new products that look interesting that you see have a good profit margin on them. If you're newer in the business, just remember it is significantly more important to go through the initial process of buying product from a vendor, getting it to a prep center, getting the product into Amazon, and seeing some sales. This is the exact part where so many sellers get stuck. They never pull the trigger on that initial order or go through the process with that supplier. Instead of having a ton of questions about how is this gonna work and what is this gonna look like and are we gonna make enough money, if a supplier has a $1,000 purchase order, the upside with a good return on investment is maybe you make a couple $100s on that order. There's a lot more important things in the beginning than making a couple $100 on your initial order. So best case scenario on the initial order, you'd be making $200 or $300, a 20 or 30% return on your investment. Now, the trade-off is so many more positive things to just take a lower margin in the beginning and make progress. You bought from your first company, you were able to select some products that sold well. You were able to check on how they pick, pack, and ship your order. you got the items to a prep center, you got the items into Amazon, you're able to see sales on those products. There's way more positive things to pay attention to. Getting all of those 6 or 7 things completed is so much more important than the couple $100 we could potentially make on that very first order. You know, if you are in the business of wholesale long term, you're going to build those relationships. You're going to start to see those 30, 40, 45 potentially % ROIs. And really the max you would make on that $1,000 order is a few $100s. So if we push that to the side, a little delayed gratification here, think of all the positive things that you just accomplished by placing an order, getting the product to Amazon, seeing your first sales, collecting data through Seller Board. But this concept is where sellers really get stuck. They will spend months and months and months trying to make money on that first $1,000 order, and that does not make sense. So with all factors considered, these are kind of the 4 or 5 main things to focus on in the wholesale business. If you are able to, manage your cash flow, consistently place orders, understand the initial purchase orders are not going to be super profitable. The next steps would be streamlining your logistics. The more you buy, the lower cost it's going to be per pallet to ship it to a prep center, to ship it into Amazon. So having a streamlined process over time is how we start to see even more return on our investment on these products. I've had the opportunity over the past couple of years to teach this step by step to hundreds of students in our wholesale training program. If you are really struggling with the wholesale business, you need profitable suppliers, you're not sure how to place a purchase order, or maybe you're already doing $50,000 or $100,000 a month with online arbitrage, but you want to scale out your wholesale business. I've put a link below this video in the description that will take you to an application. If you fill that application out, you qualify, we'll hop on a call and get you enrolled. Within our program, I teach you the step-by-step, systematic ways we approach every aspect of the business. If you follow the exact blueprint I've laid out for you within our program, you'll have tremendous success with the wholesale business model on Amazon. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions about what we covered, definitely leave a comment below and be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.